Viewer discretion is expressed for the following program. If you are easily triggered or offended, please exercise caution while viewing this program, because the hosts really don't care. Warning, this show is not for children, and not for coworkers either.
Would be able to get Yes.
Morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back. Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning. It is September 18th. You're good, bud. Yeah, I know. It's September 18th, 2023. It's Monday morning. It's the start of a brand new week. Monday through Friday, we meet here and we talk about news, politics, culture, pop culture, all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it's serious. Sometimes it's silly. Sometimes it's happy. Sometimes it's sad. It's just what it is. So Deke and I meet and we have a chit chat. Deke, I'm muted. I'm muted.
Microphone was on. My bad. Did you mute me?
Yeah. Hey, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Ish.
That was a
premature.
I'm drawing NASCAR tickets for a giveaway that we're doing here at the radio station, and that was my winner Friday. That was just calling me today, and he was excited. I called him, left a message. We've been saying his name all weekend on the radio.
Yeah.
So, he's
local
like, I've
famous.
been to a NASCAR race before. I'm gonna like it. Blah blah blah. Hello, sir. How are you?
Take some earmuffs or earplugs or something, because that stuff is loud, dude.
Yeah, I hear it's loud. What is this on my shirt?
My wife, when she was my girlfriend like 20 years ago, lived across the street from a racetrack in North Texas. And you get hear vroom, vroom.
There was one here in town for a long time, a dirt track that a lot of people complained for. When it ran, you could hear it for miles away, miles and miles away. So, yeah. All right. You had a good weekend. I got to do something this weekend that you haven't got to do.
I saw the photos.
I'm going to bring, I want to bring this up. Look at this right here. Look at this guy right here. This is the guy I saw this weekend.
That's a familiar face. Those are the two
best looking heads that you will ever see.
Yeah.
Look how perfectly round it is. And then I got to go. Me and Ashley snuck over in the back door because our band was practicing, getting ready to go on, and Dave's band was fixing to go on the field. And Ashley's like, "You want to go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's sneak in over here." So we snuck in and watched, and we got to see their band play. And there he is. I got some action shots. Look at that butt. Isn't that nice?
Yep.
And so there he is. There he is. Oh, I posted that picture twice.
He's loading gear there and speaking.
But then as I was getting ready and we were getting ready to go on the field, he got my lanky ass. He got a picture of my lanky ass standing there talking to this guy. So, I know. I didn't realize how skinny I was until I see pictures of myself. And I'm like,
I mean, geez, you're real thin.
A lot of weight, so.
So you guys your teams were head to head?
No.
Head-to-head?
In the overall competition, but I think that their county could have done much better, and our county could have done much better.
Oh, okay.
I'll just say that.
That doesn't sound like
trip was meeting Dave.
It wasn't the thrill and feeling of dominance.
No, not this week.
All right, guys. Well, that's some good news, and
I wanted to share that. It was fun
that's good stuff. All right,
let's get to the song of the day real quick, because I want to see what this week. I think I was going to highlight this guy because I like him. I play him on my radio station. I think you're going to like this guy. His name is Charlie Crockett. He's a new up and coming traditional country music artist. He's got a I don't know. I have to listen to him. I have to listen to accents before I can do them, before I can mimic them. I can't just do it off the top of my head most of the time. But he's got I can't do it. It's a New Orleans. He's got a New Orleans drawl when he sings a little bit. He's got kind of a New Orleans drawl.
Kind of a Roy
Yeah.
Rogers. I can't say Roy Rogers.
This
Roy Rogers type sound.
This particular song, "The Man from Waco," this was very Marty Robbins ish, and but he's really cool. He's an old school traditional country sounding guy, and I'm digging him. I was just listening to him this morning, and I realized I was like, oh crap, I got to have a song for JJ. It's like, well, let's just do Charlie Crockett.
I like that.
This
is
I
pretty
think you'll
good
like it this week. Yeah, you'll like this. All right, so there you go.
Yeah, all right.
Check that out.
All right. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, today's episode is look, we got a bunch of different things we're going to talk about, but at first I was like, nobody wants to hear about this one. But there's our link to our server.
Go listen to
the correct link to the server so you can go to the Deeks playlist. I saw the story this morning, and I've been kind of like not really following it because I kind of got an idea of what's going on, but we haven't really talked about it a lot. The impeachment of Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. I can see why many people around the country would not care very much, but then I found an angle about it, and I was like, oh, okay, we're going to talk about this. So today's episode, Texas Attorney General Paxton acquitted of all 16 bogus impeachment charges over the weekend. So the votes came in. So he was impeached by the Texas House, and I can't get the damn picture off the screen. It's stuck. He was impeached by the Texas House, and the Texas Senate said, nah. And you gotta and consider this. We've in the last 3-4 years we saw the impeachment of Trump, another impeachment of Trump, and the impeachments were not convicted, so nothing happened. And now you see Ken Paxton impeached, nothing happened. And so as we wind up into impeachment of Biden season, be wary about thinking you can carry that impeachment flag of victory, because you might just make him stronger. You might take a loser and turn him into a winner. Ken Paxton was impeached on 16 counts of in the Texas House, basically under this idea that he had used his political office to assist a real estate developer named Nate Paul. The Republicans in the House kind of like went for it and tried to get him off the thing. And the reason why he was actually impeached is because Ken Paxton is one of the only attorney generals in the country that has been successful in suing the Biden administration and winning. So Ken Paxton has been able to attack the deep state, and they tried to take him out with this real estate developer garbage.
That's funny.
Yeah. Here's another angle on it, Deke. And I know because I know it's like, this is boring. I don't care. You know the name Bush, right? Bush family. We had president.
They make good.
Yeah, that's right. They make them beans.
Yeah.
They turned a lot of people into baked beans in the 2000s. So George Bush, his brother, and now the fourth generation Bush, George P. Bush, was attempting to run for attorney general a few years ago. Couldn't get the votes, couldn't win. So he ran it and served as a Texas land commissioner, and he got out. He was the fourth generation Bush from the Bush family dynasty. Well, it turns out that Mr. George P. Bush was a central figure in these impeachments. He was trying to get Ken Paxton whacked out of this attorney general job so that he could run, because he couldn't defeat him in a square up match. Paxton is so popular and so successful. George P. Bush couldn't win. So he was behind a lot of these impeachments. That means talking with some of these Congress people, and maybe means diverting some funds to campaigns and stuff, trying to get Paxton out so that he could have a clear run on the Texas Attorney General seat. Didn't work. So
that's interesting.
The Bush family dynasty. So in the closing statements, his Paxton's lawyer Tony Boothby, who's quite a bit of a firebrand, said he said that the Bush regime ends today. After 20 years of, maybe more than that, of regrettable leadership.
I'm sure it ends.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
talk,
so that's the Kim Paxton story. So Kim Paxton's gonna, I guess, go back to Attorney General's office and start suing the shit out of the Biden administration. So politics can be interesting soon.
Do you think any of it's going to stick? Because, I mean, look at how the media portrays everything Biden and everything Trump.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that they're talking about this mess right here, it makes headlines when someone disagrees with it. Like, I read the other day that the people, the stupid brain dead bitches from The View, whoever's on there now, it doesn't matter who it is, all agreed. They were like talking that Biden is probably guilty of some of this stuff.
Oh,
so
really?
When those brain dead bitches start talking about it, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
No, you don't think so?
No.
Are they gonna adjust their votes to be in alignment with what they understand as factual reality?
What do you think? I'm
probably
sorry.
not.
There's a loud ass train coming through. It's dry. It's
Choo-choo.
squeaking. Can you hear it? Can you
I
hear
cannot
that?
hear it.
Oh my
I cannot hear it.
God. That squeak's about to drive me crazy. So that that squeak has been it's eating into my brain, so it's hard to freaking talk about this until this train goes by. So let's just do another.
All right. Well, so that's our lead story, sir. The Ken Paxton. We'll probably hear more from Ken Paxton.
Oh, thank God it's gone.
Yeah, it's over.
I'm sorry.
The train's gone, not Ken Paxton.
No, not Ken Paxton. There's every once in a while the trains will go by. It's for folks that don't know, there's a train about 30 yards from me and in a track, and sometimes there's a squeal that will hit, and it's just it pierces your soul. And there was I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Deke, have you ever lost your car keys?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the most annoying thing that you've lost and then wasn't lost?
I don't know. Go in with your story because
I hear your phone.
I hear your working today.
All right. The Marine Corps lost a jet. That's the big news. That's some big news this morning. Let's see. We'll do it from Newsweek. Here's Newsweek. Newsweek had this story. Missing F-35 sparks widespread mockery as the military asks the public for help. Now, I'm going to say they framed this story as though the bumbling doofus Gomer Pyle military lost the jet. No, the pilot of the jet had to eject. The jet went and crashed somewhere. They just don't know where it is. Now, it is kind of funny if you think about it that we have a $1 trillion jet program, but if a jet gets lost, we can't track it on GPS or anything like that. It's kind of funny. The military is being mocked online after a military base in South Carolina appealed to the members of the public to locate a missing F-35 fighter jet. An F-35B Lightning II stealth fighter was involved in a mishap on Sunday, military officials based in Charleston, South Carolina, said on social media. The aircraft pilot ejected safely and was transferred to a local medical center in stable condition. Emergency response teams are still trying to locate the F-35. So we have a United States military that can have the most expensive, most advanced fighter jet on the planet, on the face of the planet. And if you eject out of that thing, it's gone. You just can't find it. That's
what you were getting at with the keys thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
they got no.
Can they not? I mean,
they got no LoJack.
Is there not any kind of? I mean, God Almighty, there's little. They not have an Apple thing on the jet anywhere. Did you just put a little Apple thing down, in the engine somewhere? That would have solved this problem entirely. $30 at fucking CVS would have solved this problem. I think you can get them at CVS.
Yeah, AirTag, Apple AirTag,
and maybe Walmart. You can get them off Amazon. I'm just trying to help the government out. Maybe put an AirTag on all the F-35s next time. Yeah, I read this story. I'm glad that the pilot is okay. I like.
Yeah, certainly.
Those jets are awesome as hell. If you've never seen the F-35s, they're pretty sweet ass
I've never seen
jets,
it
man.
before.
They're really cool. I like that kind of stuff. I'm a jet nerd. I like that kind of stuff. But the F-35s are real cool. So yeah, I would imagine this is dumb to me. It's like, you really?
It's real dumb.
You can't
it's
find
like
this jet. What?
We don't know where our own stuff is. Well, okay, so
y'all
what explains
night vision
that?
Fucking goggles on Lauren Boebert's titties, but y'all can't find this fucking jet?
Wow.
But it makes sense with this fucking Democratic fucking people that are in office right now, because even though there are thousands of fucking cameras around the Pentagon, we don't have any fucking film of the airplane hitting yet. And we had all these fucking cameras around the White House, but nobody knows how cocaine got in there.
No,
we didn't catch. I mean,
somebody in orbit.
I don't know.
I read it was in orbit.
Yeah, I don't know. But by God, we can see Lauren Boebert's titties in the middle of a fucking concert in the middle of the fucking night. Just happened to be focused right in on her night vision goggles in the fucking movie theater.
I guess you've seen some video or something I haven't seen.
You haven't seen that video? Oh, let's just move on to this story then, JJ. Let me just scroll my ass up and get you this one here.
If anybody finds an F-35, call the Marine Corps, please.
F-35 in your backyard. Where it is? Okay,
show me the Boebert. I don't know what's going on with Boebert.
So Lauren Boebert recently went out to a Beetlejuice play. And she was vaping and all this. She was vaping in the play. She was, and she's apologized for it. And she was vaping in there, and folks got mad at her.
While she was in the theater?
Yes, while she was in the theater. That was a stupid
asshole.
That was a stupid fucking move. Somebody that vapes, that's a dumbass fucking move. She should get lambasted for that. Absolutely. But she was with this new guy, I guess, one of her new middle mystery man that was with her and whatnot. And this guy was all over her in this movie theater. And the Democrats were coming out and saying that she was doing sexual stuff with him in the movie, in this, not movie theater, but it was in the play theater. She was doing sexual stuff with him. Well, lo and fucking behold. Okay, let me just point this stuff out to you that the media is not going to point out to you, okay? All right? Lauren's mystery man is a Democrat bar owner. All right? This guy was paid to set her up. She's coming off a divorce. She's coming off a divorce. She's vulnerable. This guy comes into her life, charms her, seduces her, and then probably gets her liquored up and takes her out in public. Then he instigates her by fondling her in a theater that just happens to have night fucking vision cameras right on them. Then
why would
then the whole incident is released to the public in what looks like high definition video in an attempt to harm her reputation. And all the same time they're doing this shit, and you can see in the video that she's sitting there and he's rubbing on her and shit and rubbing her titties and whatnot. God. He's the one that's doing it there to instigate it. So all of this is coming the same time that Russell Brand have you heard about this? Yeah.
Russell Brand's getting Me Too'd.
Yeah, he's getting Me Too'd now.
Okay. Your impulse reaction to this, did Russell do it? Or is Russell
My impulse reaction is, why in the fuck did you wait until right now at this moment? Why that's the only question I want asked. Why did you wait? And it better be a feasible, logical explanation. I'm just not going to accept any bullshit parroting garbage, generic garbage that comes out of your mouth. All right. I want a logical explanation on why it took you this long, why it was right now that you're accusing him.
Why not at the peak of his celebrity
4 years ago? Yeah, when he went at the peak of his celebrity, when he was making,
and he's got a different kind of celebrity now. Yeah, he's a YouTuber.
It almost makes you think that maybe he's on to something. Maybe he said something that's pissed some people off.
they have one fucking tactic, which is like, oh, we don't like what you're saying, and we
canceling
can't
you.
win an argument, so we're gonna make you look like some sort of a predator.
So this
Throw accusations at you.
This Lauren Boebert thing cracked me up because they're offended that they did sexual stuff in a movie theater or in a theater right there or whatnot. These are the same people that walked around in vagina costumes in front of kids. These are the same people that do all that nasty sexual stuff in front of children. These are the same people that men who get boob injections and think they're women and then take their tops off in front of the White House lawn and get pictures made and all over the freaking media when something like that happens, and they can do all kinds of nasty, lewd, disgusting stuff. We can have a song that was #1 on the radio charts called WAP, Wet Ass PU Kitty Cat.
Yeah.
And that was a #1 song, JJ. So don't sit here, Democrats, and try to get offended because some dude that you paid to set her up was rubbing her titties outside of her freaking dress.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a very believable. Okay, so there were high definition night vision cameras aimed at her seats in the theater.
Movie theater have high definition night vision goggles aimed at every seat in the movie theater. I thought that was common, JJ.
What?
Have you not seen that video?
Right.
It's like
I haven't seen it.
It's like better than the freaking Apache pilot videos that you watch. That you're like, wow, that's cool.
Oh yeah.
This you can see her. You could probably see her nipples through the dress if you looked close enough.
Oh my God.
We're not trying to get lewd.
Turns out Boebert video is like the #1 Google search result. Boebert video. I'm not watching this video.
It's nothing gross. I mean, you need to watch the video to watch how clear it is. That it's absolutely pointed on her. What?
Let me just say, even if all of this is true, and she went to the theater and smoked and vaped or whatever, and was doing like in the dark, I don't know, extra friendly stuff. I just don't give a shit. Like, who? So what? She's divorced. Okay. When did you ever think that political people were
exactly
people of high esteem? They are not heroes. They are not people to whom you should aspire and hold up on a moral pedestal.
If you think that's gross, you should hear about some of the stuff that President Joe Biden is accused of sexually doing. If you think a man rubbing a woman's boobies through a dress is really lewd, then you don't need to look up anything that the president is accused of doing because your brain might catch on fire. JJ's confused.
Okay. Yeah, I am. My dad just texted me something on Facebook, and I'm less like, what? Why Facebook? All right. So Miss Dangered says that Brand was openly promoting Trump last week. And so that's got to be it. He's got to be taken down 6 days later.
Yeah.
And Russell Brand's an interesting cat. I mean, if you've been watching his show at all, this is a guy who he seems like he's been on a very authentic journey of like figuring out who he is. He is fighting against alcoholism and abuse and understands that he's an addict and a recovering addict.
I'm going to tell you what he's done. I'm going to tell you what's happened because it's happened with several. It's happened with several. If you go back and look, and I can't name them all off the top of my head, but if we did some research and went back and looked, we could probably name all these people and find a pattern here. Okay. But Russell Brand, like you said earlier, he was on the top of his game. And then he just dropped out of nowhere. All right.
Yeah.
It's almost like he saw something or he found out something that he didn't like that was going on within the elite in Hollywood or within the elite. And he didn't like it. And so what's going to happen when all of these celebrities that, then they don't like something or there's rumored that they're trying to go against the Hollywood elite. What happens to them? They either get car accidented, suicided, or sent to rehab because they are struggling. Russell Brand is struggling so much with addiction right now that he can't even speak for himself. We've got people out here talking for him today, and we're here to tell you that he's in rehab for the next 6 or 8 months, and we need him to get better and whatnot. So is he in rehab, or have they taken him to a brainwashing facility to get him to shut the fuck
Right.
up? So he's
You're gonna get in order. You're gonna stop getting money.
I'm just painting a scenario here of what
right.
possibly could happen. So he is one that I bet saw behind the fucking curtain, and he saw the wizard back there pulling the things, and he's trying to tell us that about certain things about the wizard behind the curtain, and the wizard is trying to stop him from telling us.
Yeah.
Is exactly what is happening.
You're going to tell too many people about our Moloch worshiping going on in the woods. We can't have that. Here's the story from the Times of Israel. I just want to show people what's going on here. UK comedian Russell Brand accused of rape and sexual assault. These kind of accusations are so heavy and so heinous that just the accusation makes you respond with like, "Oh my God, that's somebody that I used to like," and you immediately go from positive attitude towards Russell Brand to hearing something like this, and you're like, "Oh my God, if that's true," and you just assume he's guilty. You just assume he's guilty.
That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way in 2023 to instantly make you the bad guy. To instantly make JJ the bad guy, all I have to do is say, JJ hates gay people. JJ wants to stop abortion, and JJ has been accused of sexually assaulting someone.
Something like that.
And that's instant hate.
Thanks for saying that. That's great.
I know. I'm using the example. Don't
clip this show. Shit. British comedian and actor Russell Brand is accused of rape and sexual assault and
Lord,
and emotional abuse during a 7-year period. 4 women have alleged assaults between 2006 and 2013, when Brand was at the height of his fame, working as a presenter on BBC Radio 2. Now, this is a quote, amidst the litany of astonishing and rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, and when I was in the movies. As I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. And during the time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. So Russell Brand is saying, for sure, 100%, this is not true.
Wait a minute.
So
what was that last sentence? You just read that last sentence again.
During the time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual.
Oh, you didn't say that at first. You said almost always.
No, I did say
consensual. That. And I was like,
no,
wait a minute.
Well, did I do a voice
maybe
typo?
I heard it wrong. That's why I had to reread it. Okay.
No, so he is absolutely refuting these accusations. He admits to being promiscuous, admits to being kind of a dirtbag, during his youth.
Hey,
surprise. Okay.
This guy, Russell Brand, he's this comedian guy that's up and coming. He's pretty funny. And I mean, the people like him.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of influence, but we did some digging on him, and he leans a little bit right. He's got some crazy. We've tried to get him into our situation, and we don't know how to do it. So what I want you to do is I want you to hire this girl to go and have sex with him and like do all this, but I want her to get dirt on him so that we can have this in the safe in case something in the future ever happens and we need to pull out this ace and use this in the card game. Okay, so I need you to do this for me. All right, I got to talk real quick.
He doesn't even lean right. Russell Brand is like a very liberal guy, but he is for truth. And apparently that puts you right of left, just being for truth. His agents have already dropped him. And so the London-based agency Tavistock Wood has dropped Brand after 4 women have accused him. So, I mean, the accusation is, it is the sentence, That's the world we're living in right now. All right, let's see. I covered that. We covered this. I think it's trash, and I think that Brand is not guilty of any of this. Let's see. I guess we have to talk about this. Over on Zero Hedge, we have this story about CNN doing a fact check of the impeachment inquiry, and they came away with this. CNN presented this claim: Biden family and associates got $20 million through shell companies. Here is their bank records show that nearly $20 million in payments were directed to the Biden family members and associates through various shell companies, McCarthy said. Facts first. This is CNN. This is true about Joe Biden's family and associates, but there's no evidence to date that the president personally received the money. So the CNN fact check of the Biden family and associates getting $20 million through shell companies, they fact checked it as true and then tried to spin it as though it's like, well, it's not proven. It's not proven that he personally got money.
I don't give a crap if he didn't personally get money. If his family members did, he's guilty. There is a word that you can look this up. Ask Webster. He'll tell you. It's called nepotism. Look up nepotism. I've dealt with
that might not be the only ism going on over there, too.
Do what?
That might not be the only ism happening over there.
Oh, no. No, that's not the only ism. All right. I got 1 minute.
So, let's see. McCarthy's slow roll in this impeachment thing. He says that Hunter Biden will be in. By the way, we do have evidence that Joe Biden has gotten money because Hunter Biden has said in emails that have been verified that his dad takes half his money. So you take $20 million, you give it to Hunter Biden and associates. Dad takes half his money.
And what have we proved on this show? That the one of the flaws that the Biden family all has is that they overshare. Hunter Biden loves to overshare. Yes.
Oh my God.
He's one of those people you're
You've seen more of.
Hi, Hunter. How are you? And 30 minutes later, he's still talking.
Whoa, Hunter, put that shit back on, dude. McCarthy says that Hunter Biden will get subpoenaed, but we're going to follow facts, okay? Before we bring in Hunter Biden to subpoena him and like grill him and ask him questions, we're going to do all of the legwork to make sure that we have all the information so that you can't just deny stuff and get away with it. So House Republicans leading the charge over the investigation into Joe Biden and his son will subpoena Hunter Biden. House Speaker McCarthy said nothing, noting that the timing would be in accordance with the facts. Hunter Biden will get subpoenaed, but when is the appropriate time? Do you want to do it just because TV wants it, because it's entertaining? Personally, yes, I want to do it because it's entertaining. But also, you got to also understand, folks, we now have evidence of Trump getting impeached, Kim Paxton getting impeached. Nothing happens. Nothing happens except they get stronger. Trump is stronger now than he was in 2016 and 2020. And Ken Paxton is about to come off this suspension, come back into office and sue the shit out of Biden administration. So if you impeach Joe Biden, you better damn sure have a solid case, or Joe Biden's going to come back and be president again for 4 years. So, don't take this shit like flippantly. Anyway, that's Kevin McCarthy getting ready to impeach Hunter Biden or indict Hunter Biden or I don't know, subpoena them or something. Anyway, hey, you're not going to believe this. The Pentagon has got some research. They got some Pentagon-funded studies that indicate it's possible, Deacon, mind-blowing results here, that U.S. officials with dementia may pose a national security threat. So Pentagon dollars funded a study that found that out.
So, I'm sorry. Say that again.
Yeah. U.S. officials with dementia could pose a national security threat. And we have now got Pentagon-funded studies that back up that claim.
Yes, I agree with that. I'm glad that we gave money for that, though.
That's what we need to spend money on.
Yeah.
Okay. So because a lot of people are living and working longer, the workforce might experience a higher prevalence of dementia than in past generations. You know, like everything's more expensive, your money doesn't go as far, you got to stay in the workforce longer. That just means that a larger percentage of your coworkers are going to be old people that are mentally infirm.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people are going to work in government. And it's possible that we could have someone with dementia serving in government. Or maybe we have one right now. Like Mitch McConnell. Do you think Mitch McConnell has dementia?
I don't know.
Okay. Dianne Feinstein,
She,
president.
I don't. But
Fetterman.
this is a fucking. I feel like a parrot. I feel like we talk about the same topic all the time.
Yeah,
and we
talk about a lot of. Yeah. There's a lot of the same stuff happening.
All should be.
Here's something.
Gone. Sorry.
Here's something totally unexpected. A Democrat judge has blocked a $15,000 donation to a Texas border town law enforcement. As so Democrats are literally stopping money from going to law enforcement and border towns. Is that surprising?
They don't care if it doesn't affect them.
Judge Eddie Trevino claims that cleaning up the border is a political stunt, and he won't let them cash that check. These are people that literally gave these people gave money to law enforcement to keep the community safe, and the judge won't let them cash the check. We live in a clown world. We're gonna get to Deacon's got a special video for you guys. But before we get to that, there is this one story. A Georgia homeowner shot an Ohio murder suspect during a home invasion. I saw this morning. An Ohio murder suspect was met with deadly force when a homeowner shot him during an attempted burglary in Georgia on Thursday. Michael James Brooks was accused of murdering a 77-year-old woman and was transported to Grady Memorial Hospital with 2 gunshot wounds sustained during a home invasion. Sheriff's deputies responded to reports of a burglary around 2 a.m, and Brooks was allegedly wielding a knife in the basement when the homeowner confronted him with a firearm. Dude was in their basement with a knife, like a bad horror movie, and he got shot a couple times.
Good.
Okay, I can see that's not interesting.
No, it's cool. I don't have anything to say about it. Okay, he got killed. Some random dude got shot. I don't know why we're talking about it, but okay.
Just thought it was interesting. It's like a real life horror movie.
Why? Why is that a real life horror movie? Shit like that happens every fucking day, and the media don't pick up on anything at all. Why is this important? Why is this Georgia homeowner shooting a? Why?
I don't know.
I mean, some guys not too far from us this summer broke out of prison and stole this car and harassed it. He broke into this woman's house, did the same crap. Nobody talks about that shit. This shit happens all the time. That's why I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm just like, why is this in the news? I'm not saying why is it on our show. Why is it in the news? Is it a slow news?
Good question. Must be. Maybe it is.
This was I'm not having a good day. There was another thing that was in the news that I saw it on Twitter and I tried to watch it and it was gone from the place. From when I clicked it on my feed, I clicked it and it was like, this post has been removed. I was like, okay. So I went and I typed in the search bar, blah, 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 blah. And I found another one on Twitter. So I put the link in here and I was like, JJ, watch this video. Oh my God. And JJ clicked on it, was like, it's been removed.
I don't understand. There's nothing here. What am I looking at?
Here. I'm like, are you serious? It seems like Twitter, for some reason, is removing this video whenever anyone posts it. So I said, fuck Twitter. I'm going to go to TikTok. The Chinese will have it.
Oh, whoops. Sorry. I'm trying to close this.
Oh, here you go.
Yeah, I got Chinese propaganda app.
I got it up for you. Here you go.
Yeah. Pull it up. I was trying to close my window, not take over.
Can you? Oh no, hang on. All right, you see this? This is just
Yeah, all
the
right.
dude that had it. I don't know whose this is. This is just the dude that had the video when I come up. So watch this
Flag in
video.
a classroom. She says, "I'm not paying my tax money to support
up, dude.
this. Check this out."
Yeah.
I'm not paying my tax money to support. Get out of this type of now. Why do you have this hanging? And why do you have this hanging up? It's part of the students. No, it's not part of anything. That is uncalled for. We are paying you to teach history, and that's what you need to be teaching. Excuse me, this is a public school, little lady. You are a
Little lady.
The
condescension.
This needs to go exactly where it is, in the garbage. You need to go in the garbage. I'm teaching my son to grow up to be a man.
The way she's speaking to this lady.
I'm calling security. Hang that flag up. I'm calling you to sit up there and teach them the type of stuff I'm trying to keep them away from.
I told you what would happen. I told you somebody here gonna get mad.
That's her son.
33, please. No, you need to be teaching history. Shut up. No, get out.
Hey,
I'm not getting
don't
out
talk
of
to my mom
nowhere.
like that.
I'm not
This woman
getting
needs to
out
be
of
fired.
nowhere. Hey, no,
Did you hear what he said? You missed that. You missed
Go
that.
back. Go back.
Shut up. No, get out.
Hey,
I'm not
don't
getting
talk
out
to
of
my mom
nowhere.
like that.
I'm not
She said, "You need to shut up." And he said, "Hey, you don't need to be talking to my mom that way. Listen, hang on.
Yeah.
getting out of
Yeah, I
nowhere.
heard that.
Hang on. No, you're gonna miss it again. Quit talking. Listen.
My mom like that.
I'm not getting out of nowhere. Hey, no.
You shut up too." She said, "You shut up too."
This woman needs to be fired.
Listen, you don't tell my son to stop talking to me.
My son ain't failing.
And then she goes, "Your son's failing," in front of the whole class.
Oh, wow.
And then she goes, "Well, he's failing because you got a flag hanging up over the United States of America and not teaching history."
That is in.
It goes on.
Bam.
They cut the video there real quick because the security comes in. But every place that I was seeing that on Twitter
Dropping
was
the video, just cutting it.
removing it for some reason.
Wow. Interesting.
You can't type in, go to Google,
Yeah. Let me
type
look right now.
in parent. What did I type in? Parent ripping down a LGBTQ flag history class is what I typed in. And the first thing that come up was a TikTok, mama comes in classroom. But all the other videos, I mean, you can find one on Facebook, and I think that's 3 days ago, but that's it. The third thing down is California teacher removed after urging student. It's not it. 2 places on Facebook or on Google right now that you can find that video that I just showed you, that TikTok that I just showed you, and this one on Facebook that I'm seeing. And I'm wondering, and this is by I'm just wondering if this is taken down as well, if Facebook hadn't taken it down.
The only page
No,
that I see,
Facebook
they only
has
had
it.
the screen. They haven't. Okay. Mother rips
Here.
down LGBTQ flag in classroom.
Hang on.
I mean, literally the flag was covering the entire. Look at here. If you didn't see, I know you guys saw, but
Here, I'm going to put this. I'm going to
Just
put
screenshot.
this in our Discord server right now. So if you'll go to our Discord server, things on top of JJ's head, I'm putting this in our general. This is a Facebook. This is a Facebook link to it. This looks like the whole video. I want to watch this because I didn't get to see.
Look on the screen, dude. The flag is covering the entire United States of America. She's not up there teaching history. She's up there teaching LGBTQ propaganda. Anyway, cool. I mean, not
So there
cool.
you go.
It's pretty cool that a mom would do that. She doesn't care about getting blasted on social media.
Embarrassing her son,
Woman cares about her kid getting an education worth something.
Well, my son has been called names before because he's tried to educate people on what the battle flag actually means. And he's been called names before and he sucks it up. He comes home, we talk about it. And it's made him stronger and more intelligent. So both of my sons have said that to me. So I'm very proud of both of them for the way that they act. What else you got, JJ?
I'm out of stuff.
You don't have anything else?
I'm out of stuff. I've been reading Beowulf.
No, we got more. We got more. I'm not getting into some dumb crap. Here we go.
Some crap.
I read Beowulf in the 3rd grade. We did Beowulf play in the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
I
was reading Brave New World, but honestly, it's boring a little bit.
You should listen to something then. Listen to a book instead of reading it. And Stephen Fry might actually read it to you. But it might not be Stephen Fry.
Is terrible.
We knew this was coming.
Yeah.
I'm in some voice actor and voice professional little groups, and they've been talking about this for a year. I mean, it's for a long time.
We've been talking about it for a long time, you and me.
Yeah. I've tried to convince my radio station to let me experiment with one of them if they will get me a subscription that's expensive, and they don't want to get me a subscription because they're like, we can replace you with this if you get good at it. You're trading your replacement. I'm like, well, I guess that's true, and that's exactly what's happened with Stephen Fry. He says his voice was stolen from the Harry Potter audiobooks and replicated by AI, and he warns this is just the beginning. It is the beginning. It's not the beginning. It's already been happening. You just don't know. Do you know? I'll give you a prime example. Ooh, I hit the wrong thing. I'll give you a prime example, JJ. Do you know the Jimmy Dean sausage?
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember
Jimmy Dean sausage
commercial. I remember a commercial for it.
Yeah. You probably seen commercials and whatnot here in the past couple of years for Jimmy Dean sausage and Jimmy Dean breakfast items. Jimmy Dean was a very popular country music artist. Back in the day, he did all kinds of stuff on TV. He did music. He did all kinds of stuff. There are many, many recordings of his voice. I am an audio professional. I cut and produce audio for a living. This is what I've done for 30 years. My ear is different than your ear when it comes to hearing things. It just is. I've been doing this for 30 years. I hear things differently than other people in music. So when I hear these Jimmy Dean spots, I, for fun, like to find the edits, because I know for a fact Jimmy Dean did not do a commercial about pancake sausage biscuits it's a brand new item from Jimmy Dean. So me, for fun, am picking out, here's where the edit was. You can tell from the audio quality of his voice here to here, because the audio quality was not good back then. We perfected it today. So there was one that I'm like, there's the edit. But it sounded good, and nobody, an untrained person would never be able to hear the edits. Okay. The new Jimmy Dean commercials, I cannot find the fucking edits. I can't find the edits.
Synthetic. It's a synthetic voice.
That's when I heard it this first time, I was like, that's Jimmy Dean, but that's not Jimmy Dean. It's like that uncanny valley off. There's something about the audio that's like, that's not right. That I'm hearing. But I have 30 years experience of listening for things like this. So the untrained ear, the average Joe, is going to go, oh, that Jimmy Dean commercial, I'm hungry, I want a sausage biscuit now. Or a politician saying, we need to do this.
Yeah.
The untrained ear won't hear that.
I mean, anybody watching this, but anybody at all that's been on YouTube, if you've seen those little 30-second videos come up that's like, oh, Joe Rogan, it goes like Joe Rogan, something, 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 and it switches to the other guy he's talking to, but you still hear Joe Rogan's voice a little bit. And then, like it seems like it's a back and forth. All of that could be fake, because Joe Rogan is like one of the probably most and first like persons that's had his voice synthetically replicated.
Yeah.
So you can hear anything. Let's get this new supplement or whatever.
Another thing that I like to do, and you can do this while you're watching your shows, but this is fun. This was fun for me to do when you're watching a TV show, especially TV. TV's more than movies. When you're watching a TV show, try to find the edits in the TV show, the audio edits in the TV show.
Oh, yeah.
And normally it will be like, Me sitting here talking to you and it's showing my voice. JJ, I think you need to go back to the store and buy that. And then it'll cut to you. And then I'm continuing to talk. That car,
Yeah.
that black Suburban.
Yeah.
If you listen, you can hear where they've edited. It happens a lot in TV and game shows.
Yeah.
Because it'll be like, come back, and and you're like, that's an odd. They come.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
tell. I can
The
tell that it's an
voiceover,
audio.
the voiceover mic track is not even the same track, right?
And the inflection and the pitch of the voice will change slightly. Because if I'm sitting here talking in a sentence and my voice is like this, and all of a sudden I'm down here like this, it's like,
so
something's wrong.
Miss Dangered says the Butlerian jihad intensifies. Now, Deke, I don't think that you have read Dune. Have you ever read Dune?
I haven't read it all the way through. I started it a long time ago.
Yeah.
But honestly, I just logged on Netflix the other day and the old one popped up and I was like, ooh, my list.
Yeah. The Butlerian jihad is something that took place like thousands of years before the story of Dune. And it is when it will say, like, I don't know, we'll say 3,000 years ago, but it could have been much, much farther back in time than that. These people that were generals, leaders, whatever, they had their brain, in order to attain immortality, they had their brains taken out of their bodies and put into mechanical bodies. And they started taking, and it became the first thinking machines. The Butlerian, so basically like mind-powered AI, and then they had these thinking robots or whatever, and they were so dangerous that the modern era in Dune outlaws AI completely. There are no computers in Dune, and it's not because they don't have the technology. It's because the AI is so dangerous that like you don't even have calculators. You don't have computers. You don't have personal computers. If you need some math done, there's a human being over there that has been trained his entire life to be a mentat. So
very prophetic in my mind.
And Dune was written.
Are we looking into a crystal ball?
Yeah. So shout out Miss
right.
Dangered for the Butlerian jihad reference.
I got one more crystal ball before we go here.
Yeah.
All right. Let's look back in time. Do you remember what state the Wright brothers were from?
It's a cheat if I answer because I read your story.
And the legendary astronauts, some legendary astronauts are from. What is it? Do you remember, JJ?
Sure do. Yeah, I do.
Ohio.
Yeah, it is Ohio. Yeah, I read
it's
that.
Ohio.
I
Way
read
to go,
that.
JJ. You know that. Very smart. Hundreds of flying taxis are to be made in Ohio. The home of.
Are you going to get on an AI taxi?
You going to get on that? You going to get on that?
No.
Don't
No.
that look safe? Don't that look safe?
Sure. It looks safe-ish. Dude, I don't like flying anyway, and I really don't want to fly in a go-kart. What is this thing, dude? Why? Is this for somebody that just doesn't want to be in traffic so much that they're willing to put their life in a little tiny two-seater
this production aircraft is designed to transport a pilot and 4 passengers at a speed of up to 200 miles per hour with a maximum range of 100 miles. Its quiet noise profile is barely audible against the backdrop of most cities, the company said. That's a nice sentence. Its quiet noise profile is barely audible against the backdrop of most cities. You got to read it that way. The plan is in place for them in aerial ride-sharing networks beginning 2025.
No. You got. Hey, I mean, like, go for it, guys. Why not? Why not?
I watched a conspiracy theory the other day that was really good. I was like, oh, that was a good one. I've never heard this one before. This was really interesting.
All right.
And it was. So do you remember back a long time ago, they're like, by the year 2000, we'll have flying cars, and now it's like 2023.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, maybe we'll get one. Maybe we won't. We're like, not a big deal.
Weren't you disappointed when Back to the Future 2 came by, 2015 came by, and we didn't have hoverboards or anything like that?
Yeah, we didn't have hoverboards. I was pissed off about hoverboards. That's what I wanted so bad.
It came and went.
So here's the conspiracy theory. The conspiracy theory is that 1950s, All right. Picture the fashion in the 1950s
All
in your
right.
head.
Poodle skirts.
All right. Poodle skirts.
White
One word to
t-shirts.
describe. Nope. One
Okay,
word
all
to
right.
describe. One word to describe the fashion in the 60s. Tie dye.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Late
Sure.
60s. We'll say
Okay.
tie-dye.
All right.
Hippie, right?
All right.
Because it's coming off.
All right.
So 70s.
Fatigues.
Bell bottom. No. Bell bottom. Right?
Yeah.
Leisure suits. I'm
right.
making a point
Yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah, okay.
I'm getting to a point. 80s has a distinct fashion. The 50s had a distinct fashion.
What's the 80s?
The 70s had a 60s. The 70s, the 80s, the 90s had
Yeah.
a distinct fashion.
Yeah, that sure did, for sure. Grunge.
For the last 25 years, I can show you a picture from the year 2001, and I can show you a picture from today, and it looks the same.
Really?
But in the year, has fashion really changed that much?
I don't know. I think I stopped paying attention in the 90s, though.
Exactly. Fashion has not what the conspiracy theory was that we go back and like have Halloween costumes based on the 70s and the 60s and the 80s and the 90s, but you couldn't go back. In the 80s, we were dressing up like the 60s. That's just 20 years.
Right.
So if somebody tried to go and dress up like now, like somebody from the year 2000, they're just going to wear what they wear.
That's true.
There's no distinct look from the year 2000 to today, but there was a very distinct look from 1950 to 1970 or 1960 to 1980.
Okay, so what's the
conspiracy
theory?
To 1990?
The world end in 1999.
There's another theory that we crossed over when CERN Super Collider flipped on. We crossed over into a parallel universe, and that's why the Mandela effect has been happening. We did not have the Mandela effect in our language until after the CERN Super Collider turned on. This is Conspiracy Theory End of the Show Monday, I guess.
I guess it is.
How are you doing today?
I was thinking about Mandela effect last week, and like, how do we have mass psychosis and mismemory? You know, that's what Mandela.
You would almost need to like poison the people some way, I would think. I mean, if I'm trying to think logical, if I could get some sort of poison into you by the food supply or the water supply or the drinking supply or something like that, but that's just me being crazy, kooky Andy over here.
I just thought this. It was after the show the other day, and I was just looking around the like Mandela effect and false memories, right? Because I think that like a lot of things that like are conspiracies can be explained by us just misremembering things. And believing that you misremember and believing that you remember it accurately, but you have the wrong memory record. And
if it happened to one
if
it happened to one person, but when everyone you talk to is like, yeah, I remember Richard Simmons having a headband. Don't you remember Richard Simmons having a headband?
It seems like something he would have. Yeah. It does.
Richard Simmons don't have a fucking headband, but every goddamn Halloween costume of Richard Simmons that you buy and have been able to buy in the last fucking 30 years, 40 years, 50 fucking years have had a headband, but Richard Simmons don't have a headband. Was Ed McMahon a part of the Publishers Clearinghouse?
Well, didn't he do the commercials for him?
Fucking thank you, JJ. Now, as millions of people hallucinating that Ed McMahon was not in the Publishers Clearinghouse or Richard Simmons didn't have a fucking headband, or Nelson Mandela didn't die in prison. I mean, I really thought Nelson Mandela died in prison too.
Well, I wouldn't track him.
It was the Berenstain Bears, Stain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Not Steen. It was the Berenstain Bears.
So what about there's another one, the Queen song. We are the champions of the world. Does it have the words of the world in there?
No, hang on. It's I think so.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It just it says we are the champions, and then the music goes da da da.
I'll have to listen to that one. There was one that I had to refute that somebody sent me of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. There's a Joan Jett and the Blackhearts coming out. I Love Rock and Roll. I saw him dancing there by the record machine. I saw him standing there by the record machine. It's dancing. It's always been dancing.
Yeah.
I've never refuted that one.
Yeah.
The people that hear standing, they are hearing wrong.
Yeah.
I've worked in radio for 30 years.
So-
I worked for a classic rock station for 10.
Okay.
Okay.
So the problem is like, how can so many people get it wrong?
Right, I know.
But
what the crap?
But that's this, whatever that mechanic
logical
is,
explanation.
whatever
What's logical explanation?
whatever that mechanic is the same thing that hypnotism uses. Like if you're walking up to somebody and you're like, guess a color or whatever, and they guess exactly the color, but you've cued them to guess red or yellow or whatever it is. There's some.
That's why you misremember, is because you're being cued to remember
Yeah.
it wrong.
Yeah. We all are. A lot of it.
I will tell you. I'll tell you a hypnotist story. We were going to interview a professional hypnotist that was coming to the club that night, the next night, and we were going to interview him that morning on the radio station.
Okay.
Well, the day before, they were like, "Can you come to this guy's hotel room so that they can do a little pre-show prep with you? Can you be there at 6:30 and blah, 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 and we'll go out to dinner." And we were like, "Sure." So we went to the dude's. He sat there and took a questionnaire on us on what we could do and what we were good at, and was trying to tell us that this is fake, that we needed to play along with him and do this. And he does this with everybody. And one of the things that he asked me, he was like, can you do any voices or impersonations or something? And Steele was like, he could do Kermit the Frog really well. And he was like, you can do Kermit the Frog? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, okay. So that was one of the things that he made me do on the radio, was do Kermit the Frog impression.
Okay.
And on the radio, I played along. You would never know that I wasn't hypnotized, because I played along on the radio, because it was my show, and it was a show. I was entertaining people.
Yeah.
All right. And I wasn't going to make this guy look bad, and then everybody bitch me out and lose my whole interview process. I played along so that I could keep my freaking stuff going. I was not hypnotized in the least. He asked me to talk like Kermit the Frog.
I've never been hypnotized. I wonder if I could be. They say that like
some people are more susceptible and some people are not.
Right. But I think it's the people that are smarter and more intellectual and think that they are smart.
I'm not saying smarter and intellectual.
I think that they're more hypnotizable.
I think people that are easily hypnotized use a different part of their brain than people that aren't easily hypnotized. I'm not going to say smarter or dumber. I'm going to say we utilize a different part of our brain.
I'm very interested in, hey, it's Do Good. What's up, Do Good? Good morning. Guten Tag.
Oh, Do Good's here. Okay, I'm switching my joke, man. I got a joke just for Do Good.
Yeah?
And he's here right now at the end of the show.
Yeah.
I am telling this joke. I wasn't going to tell this joke. I just saw it and I was like, oh, that's a Do Good's joke.
This is good. I might get my joke by you. Here we go. I got to wait a second. Morning, Do Good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. All right, Do Good.
All right, go ahead.
What are 2 things that you cannot have for breakfast?
Lunch and dinner.
Damn! I thought I was going to get by you.
12-0. 12-0. All right. Here's my joke for Do Good. He's our buddy that listens in Germany.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How many Germans does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Oh, German jokes. It could get real dicey real quick. I don't know. How many?
How many Germans does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1. Germans are very efficient. No sense of humor. Come on. It's funny.
Cute. All right. Hey, guys. Thanks for watching, everybody. We're so glad you're here. We'll be back tomorrow with more and better news. Tomorrow's news is going to be even better than today's news. And today's news was pretty great. Tomorrow's news is going to be better. We'll see you guys. Bye.